Hello again. I'm so sorry about that. This is going to be a very short part because the basics are that we have the bead the way we want it, and I was just cutting them off in the other video. So take them all off. Like I said, you can leave them if you want to. Mine, most of them are hanging. They're white, so you know I'd rather get rid of a bit of the white. So what I did after that is I grabbed this very fine wire, and I have these beautiful glass beads, very tiny beads. These I got always at that store that I was telling you about, Tiger, and very good prices. And I got this as well too, that's of all different colors. So I grabbed at least, I think, a 12-inch, yeah, it was about a 30 centimeters, so about 12-inch piece of wire. I closed it off really good on one side, and I just started, I poured the beads onto a cloth, and I just started putting them all in mixed. I didn't care if there was 2 or 3 blues beside each other, or you know, the gold or the bronze, and I just started beating up a good fair amount, let's say about less than a half of all beads on your wire. So once I had my beads are closed off at one end here, and I have this nice big piece of wire here. My beads are all gathered here on the bottom, and I will start wrapping the wire first, right? So I'll wrap the wire around a couple of times before I start beading. Now I'm having my beads down here, remember, and I'm going to start spacing the beads, pushing them up, spacing them, and pulling the wire nice and tight, leaving 2 or 3 beads here and there, and then just continue wrapping, put in another couple of beads, continue wrapping, put in another couple of beads until you get to the end, and make sure that there's a nice piece of wire that's free at the end that you can wrap around a few times as well too. So that's how I got my beads on here. Okay, now the end of the wire I tried to stick underneath one of the pieces of fabric, and then I put a little tip of glue on it. You can't even see it anymore because of the embossing on top of it. So I've done that, and then you put together a couple of if you want to add something on the bottom, naturally you can just, we're doing the bead, I'm showing you how I embellished it after. At a certain point, if you have embellishments that can be wired in, you can wire them in as well too. Try to fix them where you want them to sit. You know, I decided on this side, I had liked this side, so I decided to put them here. Then after, what I did is I just started putting it into an embossing pad, just a couple of dabbing it like this in one spot, putting the powder on top of it, embossing it with the heat gun, and then continuing with other spots here and there. It's not completely covered with embossing powder. It's embossed, it's here and there. Then I went ahead and I started heating up the embossing powder that was on there already, and I started sprinkling some bronze on top of it, and that's how I got that bronzy color right there. That's here and there. I didn't put it all over the place either. Now at the end of this, I did want to see more shininess to it, because the bronze kind of dulled the embossing powder, the original embossing powder that was nice and shiny. So at this point, if I even want to put down my butterfly, I would put a little bit of glossy accents, even to, you know, use it as an adhesive, and then put in glossy accents here and there, just to make a couple of spots here and there shiny. That's what I would do to mine right at this point. So there we have it, you guys. Sorry about the interruption. I didn't want to keep the fish. He put the fish on my front porch, but I'm always afraid of a stray cat coming along and eating it. So I had to close the video, run and get it. Today's Friday, fish day, and I'm sorry the video is going to be, I can tell you already, it's going to be a bit late, because now I have to go and load it up, and hopefully I have internet to do that. So yeah, that's my bead. Like I said, you know, use all your scraps of fabric, your jelly prints ripped like that. Like I said, you know, just grab your fabric and rip. This is why I think The best thing to use are old pillowcases and old sheets. This is a thicker, but it works perfectly with the other ones because I have used it, the thinner cotton. This is a cotton, like I said, that I got from my mother-in-law's closet, that were very old sheets. And some of them, a warning, when you're tying them up, when you do a jelly print, the fabric can become a little bit brittle. If it's because it's old and it's brittle, but it becomes a bit brittle with the paint on it. So you got to be careful not to tug too much because you can rip it as well too. And that's about it, you guys. I hope you like it. I hope you try it out. I want to see them. So I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.